Let's talk about the legal shield for your most brilliant ideas. You know, that invisible armor that protects a real stroke of genius? Today, we are diving deep into the world of patents. Oh, come on, you know you have. We all have, right? That flash of inspiration you get in the shower, or that late-night sketch on a napkin. The idea you just know could be something huge. You can see it so clearly, a solution to a problem that nobody else has managed to crack. And that's pretty much the very next thought that pops into your head, isn't it? That little bit of fear. If your idea is that good, what's to stop someone else from just taking it, building it, and claiming it as their own? How do you actually own an idea? Well, that's where this comes in, the patent. It's the official, government-backed way of putting a force field around your invention. But okay, what does that actually mean in practice? The phrase to really focus on here is exclusive right. See, a patent isn't just a plaque on the wall that says, hey, I thought of this first. No. It's a legal tool. It gives you the power to stop anyone else from making, using, or selling your invention for a certain amount of time. You can almost think of it as a temporary state-sanctioned monopoly. It's your reward for adding something new and genuinely useful to the world. So here's the thing. Not every idea can be patented. You can't just go out and patent, say, the concept of gravity or the alphabet. Your invention has to pass a very specific test to prove it's actually worthy of that kind of protection. And here are the two main hurdles that every inventor has to clear. First up, novelty. Is your invention genuinely, truly new? Has anyone, anywhere on Earth, ever done this exact thing before? And second, and this is the really clever part, it has to have an inventive step. This means it can't just be some obvious little improvement that any expert in the field would have thought of. It has to be a real leap. You know, that spark of non-obvious genius? But how on earth do you define a non-obvious leap? Well, the answer, pretty surprisingly, comes from a landmark Australian court case all the way back in 1959. Yeah. To really understand how we decide what's patentable today, we've got to travel back to the moment the modern rules were basically written. So the case pitted the National Research Development Corporation against the Commissioner of Patents. And the central fight was over this seemingly old-fashioned phrase, what qualifies as a manner of manufacture. But what they were really asking was so much bigger. They were asking, what kind of thing can you even call an invention in the first place? Just pause and think about that for a second. The year is 1959. We're talking no smartphones, no commercial internet, no gene editing, none of that. And yet, a decision made right here, right then, is going to echo through all of those future technologies. Here's what happened. The Patent Office had rejected the NRDC's patent. Their process was a new way to kill weeds without harming crops. But the office said, nope, that's not a manner of manufacture. That's just a discovery about nature. So the High Court had to step in and decide, where is the line between a mere discovery and a true invention? And this is what they came up with. This one sentence changed everything. They said an invention isn't just about gears and levers. An invention is any process that results in an artificially created state of affairs that is useful. Basically, something man-made that has a real-world practical benefit. The absolute genius of this ruling was how flexible it was. Think of it like a recipe. You can't patent flour or sugar or eggs, they're just natural discoveries. But a unique recipe for a new kind of cake, well, that process creates an artificially created state of affairs, the cake. And it has utility. It's delicious. And that is an invention. And it's that very flexibility that makes this 1959 decision so incredibly powerful today. It allowed the law to adapt to technologies the judges could never have even dreamed of, from software and business methods to cutting-edge pharmaceuticals. But it also opened the door to some pretty fierce debates. And this brings us right to the core tension in patent law today. On one side, people say this broad definition is absolutely vital for innovation. It's what encourages companies to spend billions developing new medicines or groundbreaking software because they know they can protect that investment. But on the other side, critics are raising some serious concerns. Should a company really be able to patent a one-click checkout method online or a human gene that's associated with breast cancer? They argue this kind of thing just stifles competition and creates monopolies on life-saving knowledge. So why does this dusty old 1959 case really matter to us now? because the framework it created is still the one we use to draw the line between a simple idea and a piece of property that could be worth billions. It's the legal mechanism that's constantly trying to strike this incredibly delicate balance. How do we reward individual inventors while making sure that human progress ultimately benefits all of us? And all of this leaves us with a huge forward-looking question. As technology just keeps accelerating into areas like artificial intelligence and CRISPR gene editing, that flexible 60-year-old definition is going to be tested like never before. The debate over what is and what should be an invention, well, it's really only just getting started.